Treaty of Lunéville, February 9, 1801. On February 9, 1801, the Treaty of Lunéville was signed, marking a significant moment in European history during the Napoleonic Era. This treaty ended the War of the Second Coalition between France and Austria, a conflict that had raged across Europe and reshaped political and territorial landscapes. To understand the significance of this treaty, we need to go back to the roots of the conflict. The War of the Second Coalition was part of a series of wars fought during the French Revolutionary period, as monarchies across Europe sought to curb the spread of revolutionary ideas emanating from France. Austria, one of the primary members of the coalition, had been fighting against French forces under the command of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon, who had risen to prominence during the Italian campaigns, proved to be an exceptional military strategist. The war culminated in the decisive French victory at the Battle of Morango in June 1800. Napoleon's forces defeated the Austrians, securing his position as the first consul of France and forcing Austria to negotiate terms of peace. These negotiations resulted in the Treaty of Lunéville. So, what did the treaty entail? Austria agreed to cede significant territories to France, including lands in northern Italy and the Rhineland. The treaty also confirmed France's control over the regions outlined in the earlier Treaty of Campo Formio, signed in 1797. Austria was forced to recognize the independence of the Batavian, Helvetic, Cisalpine, and Ligurian republics, which were essentially puppet states under French influence. This marked a dramatic shift in the balance of power in Europe, as France's sphere of influence expanded. For Austria, the treaty was a bitter pill to swallow. Losing control over key territories not only weakened its position in Europe, but also humiliated its monarchy. However, Austria had little choice. Its military resources were depleted, and it faced no realistic prospect of continuing the war successfully. For Napoleon, the Treaty of Lunéville was a triumph. It cemented his reputation as a diplomat and military leader and gave France a brief period of peace to focus on internal reforms. Napoleon's ambitions, however, extended far beyond Europe. He used this time to strengthen his hold on power and prepare for future campaigns. The Treaty of Lunéville also had broader implications for Europe. It signaled the decline of the Holy Roman Empire, a centuries-old institution that had once been the dominant political force in Central Europe. The territorial reorganizations that followed the treaty paved the way for the eventual dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire in 1806. But peace in Europe was short-lived. The treaty created tensions among other European powers, particularly Britain, which refused to negotiate with Napoleon and continued its naval blockade against France. These tensions would eventually lead to the resumption of hostilities in the form of the War of the Third Coalition.